What's up? What's good? How you guys doing? Welcome again to another segment of Gospel Life News. My name is Taki, and I'm so happy to be in your faces again. I want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you guys do. We love you guys so much. You guys are really the MVP. Thank you for all what you guys have been doing, your time, your energy, and your it means a lot for us. We really don't know how to say thank you other than doing what we do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the love has been immersed. We can feel it, we can touch it. And these are stuff that obviously we can't pay you to do it, but you guys do it willingly, and that we will never take that for granted. Thank you very much. And please, you can also share to your friends, tell somebody, tell another person that Gospel TV is back bigger and better, and that we have amazing content up for you. This is still a brand new year. We have a lot coming in stock for you. If I were you, I will make sure I put on my notification button so I become the first person to know whenever Gospel TV Africa make a video, post, or a content. The news today is buzzing, and we have a lot to talk about on the news today. We have OdumoduBlvck coming out to rant online, talking about the Super Eagles performances, and at the same time, we saw Black Sheriff coming out to make responses to him and Black Bones over the AFCON match between Nigeria and Ivory Coast. For some Ghanaian fans, they believe Ivory Coast saved the world of pollution yesterday, because if Nigeria had won, it would have been a roller coaster on Twitter. At the same time, we'll also have Omah on the news with his biggest achievement. Omah was in Amsterdam over the weekend, where he sold out the 6,000 capacity in Amsterdam. And while performing, we saw where he actually had to illustrate what bend you meant, where he actually did that with the lady on stage. Performances was top notch. Stage set was amazing, and whatever he did on that set really worked, because the guys who managed the props on the set were really on point. All of these ones, I will bring them to you. At the same time, we have Davido, who just designed. Now, Davido is one person who's big on jewelries, and then we saw just after the Nigerian match, he actually got himself a ring that has a Nigerian flag to show that he really is a Nigerian, with the tag O01. At the same time, we saw Sophie coming out to make a big claim. Fields finally admitted that, yes, I deleted Timmy Ovasa's song. How did he do that? I will obviously bring all of that to you. Moving on, let's begin the news straight up. We'll start with OdumoduBlvck. With OdumoduBlvck coming out to say, had a great tournament. The whole team took us to where we never imagined. We will be back, coming from OdumoduBlvck towards the African match. Now, a lot of people coming out to blame players. It will be at his fair share. Olaino had his own fair share. Even Osimhen, as for some pundits, came out to blame him for not performing in big matches, or for not stepping up when the Nigerian national team needs him the most. But obviously, it will be, and Olaino got the bigger part of the bashing over the match, and it will be. I mean, although Black came out in his defense to say, it will be at a great tournament. The whole team took us to where we never imagined. So basically, if you want to blame somebody, blame the whole team, coming from OdumoduBlvck. Moving on, we saw Black on Twitter came out to make a post where he said, Black Bones called me on FaceTime to laugh at me when my country Black Stars was sent home. The guy couldn't stop smiling. Odumodu was on FaceTime the next 3 days telling the jeweler me the cheapest piece he has ever, and Nami call him for the jeweler. You want me to shut up? I'm going to bed. We go again this afternoon. Super Eagles, you do this one. We saw where the Ghanaian football national team was sent home. In the course of the AFCON tournament, they did not go past the group stage. And for Ghanaians, we had a lot of expectation for them. And after they were sent home, we saw people came out to obviously give them a piece of what Bant and Cruz look like. Now, the thing about Twitter is the fact that Nigeria and Ghana had a lot in common. They're big on Twitter, they're big on Instagram, so the banter never ceases between Ghana and Nigeria. We saw where OdumoduBlvck decided to pitch his tent towards religion, and then he had this to say regarding people who insult pastors. He said, Pastor Adeboye never insulted no one on this app. You did not see Muslims come out to insult their clerics. Then later we complain that our religion is being stepped on. Even based on age-wise, una no fit follow una papa talk the way una dey follow Adeboye talk. And in senior una papa and una mama. That's why I never rated you. You obviously call them some foul words on this app. Una double standard choke industry machine. So basically, and this is fact. A lot of time we've seen Twitter guys consult Pastor Adeboye over testimony or over visions or over prophecy. People can always come out to say a thing or two about the man. And what Black is saying, this man you're insulting has never come out to insult anyone on this app before. So basically, why insulting? Now, even if I was not a cleric person, he is older than your father and mother. So if you can, why would you want to insult a man like this coming from OdumoduBlvck? Moving on, we saw while all of that is going on, he is still winning on Spotify because we saw for the top 10 album on Nigerian Spotify, OdumoduBlvck Ezioku sit as number 1. We have Presidola Pluto as number 2. We have Walkabout by Shakir as number 3. I Told Them Bonaba number 4. Timeless Davido number 5. Sincerely Benson number 6. Mr. Mono the Vibe and Ashake number 7. Boy Alone number 8. Now, funny how we have Ashake occupying 2 spots. Walkabout and Mr. Mono the Vibe with serious numbers. Now, Walkabout as number 3. Then Mr. Mono the Vibe as number 7. Serious top numbers. You just must give this guy credit for what he's done in the Afrobeat space. Moving on, so OdumoduBlvck Ezioku have spent 15 weeks at the top on Nigerian Spotify album charts. By that, he extends his record as the longest charting number 1 2023 album. At the same time, he extends his record as the longest charting number 1 album ever by a rapper. Now, Olamide and OdumoduBlvck had a good run last year. Olamide had the part of the year. OdumoduBlvck also had his own part of the year. But regardless, they are winning. This one, OdumoduBlvck takes a nod to become the first rapper to have the longest reign on number 1 on the Spotify Nigerian charts. Massive one to OdumoduBlvck for obviously inspiring all the rappers out there in the game. Moving on, we have the boy Alone Krona talking about Omah as the next guy on the news. We saw Omah actually was on Luciano's project, the one called Another Vibe, and that's the latest album. And we saw where Luciano decided to pitch tent with Omah to have the album, obviously to be one of the artists that would sing on the project. Amazing one for Omah, and trust me, the song really is out and the numbers are amazing. For Switzerland, it sits at number 3 after getting about 39,000 plus stream. In Germany, it sits at number 4 after getting about 433,000 plus stream. In Austria, it sits at number 7 after gaining over 27,000 plus stream. In Luxembourg, it sits at number 14 after doing about 2,000 plus stream. And then in Nigeria, the song sits, talking about another vibe, featuring Omah, sits at number 73 after doing about 22,000 plus stream on Spotify. And moving on, we saw Omah was in Amsterdam, a sold-out show, 6,000 capacity, fully sold out to the brim. The Afas, it was at the Afas Arena where in Netherlands where he sold out that space, filled out to the brim, 6,000. Now, it might look small as compared to about 20K, but Omah is so wide where he does 6,000, 5,000, 7,000, 8,000. Now he does that in like 2 weeks. And if you do the math, he has accumulated what you did at the O2 in about 2 weeks. And that's wisdom. Now you might not have the privilege to do the O 30K, 100K, but if you can do the small spaces in large numbers, you are surely close to doing 100,000 at the time. We saw where Omah had to show what he meant when he said bend you, and then we saw where he brought a dancer from the crowd. Somebody volunteered from the crowd came on, and then Omah teased the audience with their romance stage, and then he took out so the set was built up in a space where you could climb the stairs to go to an upper platform, and then he took out there. And the moment they went there, a big transparent curtain, came out, and there was a light shining through the curtain towards Omah, where you could just see shadows, like you see on the screen, just shadows. And we saw Omah obviously bending her in a sexual position, and then obviously that's what he meant when he said "bend you" for the song. We saw Omah and Kurt Zouma, a football player, plays for. Kurt Zouma has played for so many clubs, from West Ham to Chelsea. He has just been everywhere. Chelsea, after we don't want you, went back to West Ham. Still doing his play trade. Amazing player, trust me, one of the best defenders we have out there. Playing his trade in England. He actually was seen hanging out with when they were discussing the African tournament when Nigeria was set to play the final match. And this came after Omah actually announced his London tour. And basically, he's going to be in London to have his show in London. But while he's there, he actually linked out with his friend Kurt Zouma. They had an amazing time together. Now, I've said this over and over again. For an Afrobeat artist, the moment you know you are blown up is when these football folks get to reason with you. They resonate with you. They love your jam. They love your song. They play your song because they have bigger audiences. And then when they do it, their audience obviously get to see what you're doing, and your numbers are skyrocketing. Example of that is Rema. We saw Rema with Ronaldo was a bumper. Rema with Barcelona players was a bumper. Rema at the Ballon d'Or ceremony was a bumper. And no wonder its numbers are insanely growing. Moving on, we have Davido. When you see this picture, you can tell that this picture looks like violence. This was what Burna Boy implied when he said the joke is in your display picture at the time. But I'm sure they have moved past that already. Moving on, we saw Davido getting this ring, and I asked the 001 thing with the Nigerian flag on it to show that he is first in Nigeria. Now, this came after the Nigerian national team lost out at the AFCON match, at the AFCON final against Cote d'Ivoire, where they lost 2-1. Goals from Krankesi and Sebastian Allard obviously displaced the goal by Ekong, and Nigerians scored to make them win or lift up the trophy for the year 2024. But whether we lose or win, we saw Davido going all out to get himself an expensive ring from Ice, and basically we saw where I had that one showing on this page. For Davido, we all know how big he is on jewelries. Moving on, we saw Davido after the Night General performance. We saw backstage he actually had the privilege to meet Flavor Nabanea. These are people who have been doing music way before now, and Davido respected him. We saw where he stood up to bow down to shake Flavor's hand, and Flavor just stood there, amazed. Davido doing good numbers more than Flavor on DSPs, on charts and numbers awards. He's actually the bigger person right now, but then he would not fail to realize that these were pathfinders, these were front runners who actually opened up the game to people like him, Wizkid, and the like. So basically, this is what we love to see in the Afrobeat space. Moving on, we saw Davido came out to actually applaud Usher. Usher actually was at the Super Bowl performance where he lit up the space. Usher was ushering. That guy is cool. Now, Usher is that guy that we all knew from Inception when we were small, and the energy we knew Usher as at the time is still the same energy he has to date. He made sure he kept everybody on their toes. They love what he did. They love the song. They love his performances. That even Davido would always come out to say, Usher Super Bowl performance bring back so much memories. And then he said, man is goated. When we say goated, what we mean is greatest of all time. The likes of Kim Kardashian came out to obviously applaud Usher. Chris Brown applauded Usher. Like a lot of big guys in the game came out to actually applaud what Usher did, talking about the performance. Mind you, Usher and Burna Boy has a song called Coming Home, and this could just be Davido's way of saying, I'm not up for that. I'm just here to congratulate Usher for all he's done so far. Moving on, we saw Fuse coming out to join the trend of the of course thingy, and then he said, of course, I'm a producer. I will tell you I deleted it by mistake, but low-key, it was just whack. Record them again. And then somebody said, okay, so Young John began the trend. Young John said, of course, I'm a producer. I can sell the same beat to 10 different artists. Call police. And then Fuse said, of course, I'm a producer. I will tell you I deleted it by mistake, but low-key, it was just whack. Record them again. And then somebody said, so you actually deleted YBNL Princess Timmy Obasa song. Fuse, you know do well, oh. You now made her look like a mad woman, even though she's a mad woman sometimes. Yeah. So this is actually violent. But at this point, we all can just agree that Fuse really deleted Timmy Obasa song. So basically, all I claim about Fuse and Olamide might just be correct. Moving on, we saw Black Bones talking about Emeka came out to hear his own opinion about the AFCON, and then he said, now that we've lost, let's say the truth. We have been hit the whole tournament. Anybody that knows football knows all those flukes win never moved him. And then he said, one shot on target in the final, that is a joke. And basically, the only shot on target we had was the one we scored a goal. And then he's saying that really must be a joke to me. Finally, on the news, we saw Johnny Drill coming out to obviously air his opinion about the AFCON and what he think about Nigerian government. And then he said, so Johnny Drill is linking AFCON to governance in the country. He's saying, let's let Nwabali undo everything in this country. Now, Nwabali has proven that he's a great goalkeeper. He knows how to undo situation and shot and all of that. And then Johnny Drill is saying, if this guy has proven himself on the pitch, why not we allow him to prove himself in government house? Give him a chance to rule this country and all will be well. In his words, See, let Nwabali handle everything in this country. Would that be the case? Do you think he's right? Do you think we want to see Nwabali and now this could pass as a joke? I'm not going to lie to you, but then let's see it as literal as possible. Do you think Nwabali is fit to run the country? My name is Daki. I'll catch you guys on the very next one.